I first met Gary when we were in paratroop school training for special forces. We were about to jump out of the plane. Gary had a long talk with me and said, "Rosenberg, we might die any minute now." Then he handed me his card and said, "But if we don't, why don't you come to my improv class?" Scratch that. First met Gary. I was walking home from the metro. I saw this skinny guy wearing a suit and a backpack. Looked as if he hadn't had a decent meal in a few years. And we got to talking. He said he was in intellectual property law, and he told me all about the wonders of IP law. It was a long walk. And near the end, he offered me some vegan treats. I turned him down, and he said, "Well, if you got nothing else to do, why don't you come to my improv class?" and handed me his card. Scratch that. I met Gary, and Tim brought me to the improv class. Our boys were in theater and wanted to take the class, and they were both named Josh. Tim and I thought about changing our names to be the same, but bagged it. And I said to Tim, "Why would I want to take an improv class? I haven't done theater since I was a kid." He says, "Try it. It'll free you up." And he was right. Gary's class was wonderful. Opened up entire creative doors inside me. Had no idea they were there. I wasn't any good at it, but I discovered all kinds of things about myself. Interesting, when I put myself into an improv scene, I somehow immediately became a psychopath and getting in trouble with people. I interpreted this later that I'm not allowed to do that in real life, so I can do it in the improv scene. But Gary just kept me on my toes, kept me creative, and opened me up. I wasn't very good at it, as I said, and I don't do theater improv anymore. I do musical improv, and I've been accompanying a musical improv group called Door Number 3. And everything I learned with Gary applies, about how to yes and, how not to bore the audience, how to be spontaneous. The difference is I also have to stay in the same key, which is kind of an innovation. But what did happen, I met Alice. We did an improv scene together. I remember the scene. We kept repeating these lines over and over. Pat the bunny, smash the mirror. And a couple months later, I said, "Would you like to go out with me?" And she said, "Yes," and the rest is history.